When we talk about types of sources, we might mean a couple of different things. You're probably familiar with thinking of sources in terms of format, like books, journal articles, magazines, or videos. But another way we can look at source types is in terms of their relationship to information. When we talk about sources in this way, we may refer to them as primary, secondary, and tertiary sources. So what does all of that mean? A primary source is one that contains information that has not yet been interpreted. These sources are first-hand accounts or evidence that were created during or around the time of the event. Original documents like diaries, speeches, letters, and records are pretty easy to identify as primary sources. But creative works like novels and art or objects like furniture and clothing are also considered primary sources. When a work interprets or analyzes a topic, it is considered a secondary source. These sources may have been written in response to or with the help of primary sources. Things like journal articles, literary criticism, book and law reviews, political commentary, biographies, and textbooks are all considered secondary sources. Finally, tertiary sources are sources that index or organize other sources. Tertiary sources may be used to identify and locate primary and secondary sources. Things like dictionaries, encyclopedias, fact books, bibliographies, and catalogs or indexes are considered tertiary. It can sometimes be difficult to distinguish between secondary and tertiary sources, but an easy way to tell the difference between them is that the main purpose of a tertiary source is to simply list or summarize ideas or information. As you are beginning your research, it is important to identify the types of sources you require for your information needs. Distinguishing between primary, secondary, and tertiary is just one way of thinking about source types. In the next video, we'll talk about looking at sources in terms of scholarliness by exploring peer review. Want some help? Schedule a research appointment with one of our librarians today.